DBL Nation. Sorry we're a little late. We were having a bit of technical difficulties.
Who wants to have Kelly do that again?
No.
Can we have that again? Chris also raised his hand.
Technical difficulties. I don't know why I'm using that accent or what it is.
Go like this. Me too. We're struggling, guys. We're struggling. What's going on, guys?
It's Thursday, though. That's great news.
It is Thursday. Throwback Thursday. I just wanted to give a shout out. If you guys watched the show yesterday, we were talking about the Marie Kondo cleaning up, tidying up, and a lot of people made fun of me. I am somewhat of a messy person, and I say I'm a genius, and that's why. Anyway, Anita Ortman, I hope you're watching. She said, wanted to send support after the clutter smackdown. Basically, outsiders don't understand. They call me a slob. I'm also a highly creative person. Know that you're not alone, and stand strong, girlfriend. So, Anita, much love to you. We'll be doing more of that because they want to go through my purse today. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, God. I've tried to find her phone in her purse before, and that thing is a black hole.
Somebody went through my purse and I didn't see them for like 2 years. I'm like, did you go to Narnia? It was like...
It really is, though. Wait, let's just show them.
Oh, Lord.
Let me just show you how big this purse is.
I think it's chic.
It is chic, but you can't find anything. This is her purse. Like, what is going on in here? We'll see later on the show.
Okay, we'll see later on the show.
It's a mess. But is she a genius, DBL Nation? What do you think? Do you think that's true? Do you think she's making it up? Do you think she got it from her Buddhist class or her Yale class?
Neither one of them thinks that should be cluttered.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Neither one of them.
It's not working.
No, I'm not even supposed to doodle as a Buddhist.
Well, that's why.
You're supposed to be in the moment.
Yes, but people with ADD, when you
agree.
doodle, you're more in the moment because you can do both at the same time.
Mommy agrees with you.
Yeah, so it's now day 27 of the government shutdown. I know you guys are sick of hearing this.
Day 27.
Yeah, we should just have a thing back here and just rip it off every day when it goes to another day. So House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, she is about to give a press conference. She says the White House has not responded to her letter that was requesting that the president either delay the State of the Union address or do it in writing.
Right.
So she's saying it's because of security concerns, because of the government shutdown.
That's not why she's
doing it. A lot of people are saying this is because she doesn't want President Trump to use his State of the Address to talk about the government shutdown.
So I just wanted to give you guys an insight into the Pelosi-Trump relationship because someone wrote an article in The Atlantic, and I highly suggest you guys read it. And it says the only reason Pelosi is the only person to have figured out how to handle Trump. And the reason is because she's a mother and a grandmother. And they said,
he's a child?
And the best way to handle him, and this is true in some ways, is a toddler in a meltdown. And for some reason, she's figured it out. She has all the leverage, nothing to lose. She'll let him cry himself out and stand there and look gorgeous in a Max Mara coat, which I really wanted, but it's sold out. It's sold out. Anyway, interesting theory about how do you take on someone whose political style or any style, work style, what if your work style is drastically different? How do you
have to know how to handle someone.
How do you use the language that will work best? And people are saying, how could Democrats have not wanted Pelosi in there? She knows the exact thing to do with him. And it seems to be working because she's looking strong, or at least I don't know. That's how I feel. I don't want to put that in.
Yeah, exactly. That's up to you, what you think. And a lot of people don't know this. Keep in mind, it's the House Speaker who invites the president to talk to Congress and do the State of the Union. So a lot of people are saying it's very unbecoming of the House Speaker to have done this. I want to get it right. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is the one calling it unbecoming of a House Speaker. I want to know from you, DBL Nation, what should the White House do at this point?
I think what's unbecoming is not paying your federal workers. I think anyone that thinks anything other than that's the rudest part about all of this is wrong in my book. And I don't mean to be short, but we're in day 27, and some of people on DBL Nation were suggesting that people just find another job or wait for back pay. These people live paycheck to paycheck. They won't have rent.
And not to mention, a lot of these people have been working hard to get this pension, and you know what I mean? Like, they have a government job for a reason. They can't just find another job.
And some of these people are serving our country, including members of the Coast Guard, and now they're dealing with elderly people are losing food assistance, people on food
stamps. Don't have food,
right?
Can't get to the food banks to get food.
I'm just not sure. You know what I don't get?
What is the end game here?
That's it. That's what I don't get.
What do they want?
He wants
that $5.6 billion. And until he gets that, I don't think anything's going to happen.
But the risk is much greater.
It is. It's much greater. Yeah. I mean, I want to see that S&P poll. I want to see where we're at with the numbers now because how much the economy has lost. So we'll look into that for you, DBL Nation, and we'll bring that to you in a break. Danny C. joining us on YouTube. Hi, Danny. Hello, DBL. Sherry says hello from we have a Louisville here, and we have to say Louisville. And so when I look at Louisville, Kentucky, it's hard for me to remember that it's Louisville, not
Can I be
Louisville.
honest about something?
Yes.
When someone says, oh, they say the name, what you just said.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it correctly, so I pretend to look the other way when I do it. So I'll be like, Chris, ask me where are you from, Tori?
Where are you from, Tori?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Well, if it's Kentucky, don't put the S on. If you're talking about Colorado,
but is it
you gotta
Louisville
put
or Louisville?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
People are specific. Is it New Orleans? Nolans? I want to make sure that
These are questions we ask in the break room every day.
We have a head cold with Brandy Sprong, and we want to make sure she's feeling better.
I'm starting to get that too. I just told Tori
No.
I'm having a little bit of a head issue.
But why do we think that is?
We think it's because of my new hair.
Guys, ladies and gentlemen, Kelly's extension.
Okay, it's not done yet, so it's not done yet. Coco has to finish it today, but yes, I have longer hair today.
Look how gorgeous
you are not
she
crazy.
looks.
Doris Shoemaker, it's disgusting that he sits up there on his high horse and people are suffering. Of course, talking about President Trump.
Yeah, we are talking about Cardi B. If you guys didn't know, Cardi B released an Instagram discussing the shutdown in colorful language that...
I loved it, personally.
Oh,
but I also love Cardi B, and I love
her personality.
Her brand and
it
her
was
personality.
right on, but it explained what the government shutdown was and how she felt about it. We'll be discussing, did it help, did it hurt, later in the show, so stay tuned for that.
We will be talking about that.
Yes.
Also trending today, keep sending us your comments, of course, on the government shutdown. That's the biggest story of the day. It's going to continue to be the biggest story of the day until it ends. So keep sending us your comments on that, your opinions. We'll, of course, be tracking the latest throughout the show. If you don't hear it on the show, you'll hear it in the break. So
I'm so tired of it.
I am too, sister. I am too. Also trending today, though, happy birthday. We have some happy birthdays to mention. Michelle Obama, former First Lady Michelle Obama, is 55 today, as well as Betty White. She is 97 today.
Can I be honest? When you see Betty White trending on Twitter, the worst thing comes to your mind. You're
of course,
so worried.
Always.
And I think, oh my God, Betty White is trending. Oh my God, it's her birthday.
I think she'll live forever.
Is a treasure.
I hope so, at least.
Her timing, I'm serious. If you're bored, go back and watch some Golden Girls.
Her comedic timing, you mean? So I never watched Golden Girls.
You have a treasure trove ahead of you.
So I should still watch it.
The writing is phenomenal. My favorite writing, which is Arrested Development, which is Mitch Hurwitz, literally wrote for Golden Girls at 23 years old. It is and I say this all the time, and y'all make fun of me, but what is it? It's 1, 2, 3 joke. 1, 2, 3 joke. Any writer will watch Golden Girls because it's the perfect joke setup and punchline. It is laughing on the floor.
Really?
I mean,
love
Chris Patterson
agrees. Patterson, if he says that. Any show that will make, or movie that will make me laugh out loud, that's what I'm looking for.
And you have a million of them, and they're like 20 minutes, and it's a perfect little snackable bite.
I love it.
They're so good.
They used to be on Nick at Night when I would watch Nick at Night, but I just never tuned in.
You should, because it's phenomenal, and the characters are great.
I'm sure it's on Netflix or Hulu, I would think.
It's on Netflix, I believe. Or no, it's on Hulu. It just got on Hulu.
Awesome. So I'll have to tune in. But happy birthday to Betty White. We're going to be talking about her on the show today, giving her shout-outs throughout the day. What? Oh my God, you scared me with that.
I have an idea. Betty White for Oscar host.
Do you think she would do it? Do you think she would host the Oscars?
No, she's too frail, but wouldn't that be much? Everybody likes her.
She could sit. Nobody cares if she's too frail.
She could sit.
How? It's so long, though. If it wasn't so long.
But man, would she be good? Because she's all together. No one's going to write and be like...
She's still so funny. She's still so quick.
And also, no one's going to be like, that Betty White, what a...
Oh, that Betty White is going to be terrible. Yeah, nobody's going to talk bad about her being that's a really great idea.
Now, write in your favorite Golden Girls episode. I like when the girls went on a game show. I watch? And they did Better Late Than Beep, and you have to like put in it, and Blanche goes, pregnant. St. Olaf.
It took me a second, but I got it. That's funny.
Rose is from St. Olaf, Missouri. Am I right? Minnesota.
Please send in what episodes I should watch. I would love to check them out because I don't have to go in order, do I?
No, and they all. I'm sorry we're talking so much about this, but B. Arthur also.
People love Golden Girls.
They did chronic fatigue syndrome when it was just being discussed. Okay. They also discussed gay adoption. They talked about AIDS. They talked about way more intellectual and cerebral things that they were way ahead of their time.
Way ahead and more.
And I just want to say thank you for being a friend. Thank you. What's that?
Thank you for being a friend.
Watch it with cheesecake. So they would always get together and have cheesecake.
Ooh, I like cheesecake.
Yeah. She's going to be addicted, don't you think?
I like eating cheesecake in the corner watching Golden Girls.
Wait a minute. Lisa Beebe
says, your fault.
Old sitcoms are the best before they had laugh tracks. I do believe there is a laugh track on Golden Girls.
Are you sure it wasn't a real laugh? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think it was filmed in front of a live studio audience. Which my mom always said, why does it say live studio audience? Just studio audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, anywho. Sorry. We're
That's
way
off.
off.
Yeah, we're getting sidetracked here today. But
So
you know
happy
what?
birthday.
That's what the break room is all about. We like to take a break. We like to chill. We like to talk about the top trending stories.
Frothy coffee?
On that note,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about our fifth host now.
I can't wait.
Our fifth host
I can't
today.
bleepin' wait for this bleepin' story.
Oh, boy. So the question today is, should you allow your child to curse?
What are we bleepin' talking about? You know what I mean?
Man, this is a hard one for me because I curse a lot.
I don't think you do.
I've gotten better.
I don't think you do. I know people that curse. You don't curse a lot.
Well, I just say the F word a lot to emphasize, not because I'm trying to be unclassy or not a classy lady. I'm trying to emphasize the story. And
Were you allowed to do it as a kid?
The S word I was allowed to say as I got older. But as a kid, I guess not really as a kid, I'd get in trouble. But my parents were like one of those parents who would like laugh it off, you know?
I had no laughter.
No laughter. What did you say? Do you have a story? Did you get in trouble one time?
I think I called my mom something bad. I know. Why does it
Oh my God. What do you think you called
made
her?
the same face.
Wait, what do you think you called her? The B word?
I mean, I was really upset. But it wasn't just that. If I said, this really sucks, that was not allowed.
Here's what I wasn't allowed to say. Shut up.
I wasn't allowed to say shut up.
My parents
either.
cared way more about shut up than if I had said the F word when I was younger. I'm sure my parents would care. She cares now. My Kath is like, stop saying effing. She gets really upset.
Yeah, I rarely do it as respect to my parents because
That's good.
Well, I just feel weird doing it.
That's
but
good though.
As a comic, I curse like a pirate. And I find, and I'll give you guys a little inside information, is when I come out, you're the audience.
Okay.
I'm a stand-up comic.
Running
You're clapping, and I'm a woman, and it's been boy, 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 boy.
Yeah.
The first thing I do is, what up, bleep, 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 because I want the audience to know I'm one of the guys, which I hate.
Which is so silly.
But cursing gets me on a level playing field. Does that make
makes sense? It makes
all of a
perfect
sudden you're like,
sense.
okay, cool, she's gonna be cool.
Oh, she's cool.
But
Yeah,
I would
she's
never,
cool.
like my parents have never seen my stand-up comedy.
What?
Never. Helen Light writes us in, it's a sad day when parents allow their children to curse, but if the parents cuss on a regular basis, you better believe that the children will most likely do the same. Helen's totally right. They're picking up on that. Like, I've heard kids being like, you know, they say it quietly, they don't know what it means, and you're like, everyone's laughing. It's not funny eventually. I find this to be, I'm very old-fashioned with this.
It's hard because we don't
I'm
have kids.
old-fashioned. Tori, you called your mom a curse word. Dang it. You know what I did even worse?
What? Uh-oh.
I got really mad at her, and I don't remember what, but I used to play piano, and I played Lullaby by Billy Joel.
Okay.
It's about like a mother to a daughter or whatever. And I took the sheet music.
You ripped it up?
And then I put it on her bed.
Tori.
It was the worst thing I've ever done. And
She was so hurt.
I apologize to this day.
To this day, yeah.
I think I had a lot of hormones going on.
I did something really mean to my mom, too.
Tell everything.
Do you really want to hear it? It's pretty bad.
We do, right, guys?
It's something I still feel bad about
I ripped
to this
up
day.
sheet music. Billy Joel. Okay, go ahead. What was it?
My mom was a flight attendant, and she was leaving for a trip.
What'd you do?
And I told her I hope she died in a plane crash.
But I know that sounds bad, but that's really, thanks for being honest. That's what kids do. That's way
And I remember where I was
way
standing.
harsh.
I remember where she was standing. I will never forget that or forgive myself for that. My sister actually told her the same thing when she was growing up too. So my mom got the double punch with that one. Thank God she did
What
not
did
die
she
in a
say
plane.
to you? Anything?
I don't remember her saying anything. No.
You just remember the guilt.
I just remember. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
and I know I went to my room and like felt the guilt like right away.
Like, I
too.
can see you feeling it right
Yeah.
now.
Oh my God, I'm still upset about it. That's just such an awful thing.
We got some really interesting things. My grandson gets soap if they say a bad word, says
Yes.
Doris Shoemaker.
I'll wash your mouth out with soap.
Now,
I got that when I was younger.
I'm from a hippie place. Do you literally take soap?
I got soap one time. Yep.
You just go like that or something?
Well, you just put it in the mouth for a quick
Oh,
second.
okay.
I got it like one time, and I never
I wouldn't
did
do it
whatever
again.
I got it for again. It wasn't for cussing. It was something.
Yeah.
And I was young too.
You got the soap?
Yeah, I
Maybe
got
it's
the
when
soap.
you
So I
told
just
your-
never did. I never did anything like that.
As an
again.
adult, I don't ever use the F word. I'm not offended by anyone using it. I just don't, says
that's
Doris.
good.
Naomi says, I'm 42 and I still can't curse near my mom without her correcting me.
That's fair,
Carrie
yeah.
Adams says, what I tell my children is if you can't say it at school, don't say it. Singing Mary, I love hearing from her on this
I do
because
too.
she's such a good elementary
She is.
school
She's
teacher.
so good.
She says, my last few years teaching kids would curse, and it wasn't like they were doing it deliberately. It just came out of their mouth, which means they probably learned
it at home.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, this is for real though. LOL. But as a teacher, I did have to discipline them. Now, here's the thing: as you get older, I think when you curse with your parents, in a way, and tell me if you, well, I don't know. Is there a argument to be made that it's a bonding sort of thing?
Well, here's the psychologists are showing the other side of the story. If you want to let your kids curse, they're saying some parents let their kids start cursing as young as 2 years old because you teach them at home the impact that those words make, and like bullying. So if name calling. So if their kids are seeing name calling on the screen and they're watching cartoons and they're seeing name calling, even if it's not a cuss word, they said they can take that and teach their kids that's not okay what they're doing. What would you have done instead? So it's kind of confusing.
So you teach them to not have so much power.
Exactly.
You teach them the F word to say this shouldn't.
It's very confusing.
I don't know about.
They're saying because they're getting the message from the parents instead of their peers, and you try to teach it into a learning lesson.
I mean,
it's kind of a stretch.
Come in.
Just raise my head. How does this play into the etiquette conversation we had yesterday?
Yes, exactly. I was thinking about that earlier. How does it play into etiquette? Because in etiquette class, you're taught to be classy, no cussing, no shut-ups.
Yeah, like, here's my question, which I love about the etiquette class or manners class is, what's the reward if you're okay with cursing?
Yeah, that's my thing. That's what I'm not understanding.
What do you gain from that?
I guess it's because if you teach them not to at a young age, they won't. It's kind of what I gathered from it, but I was kind of confused as well.
I feel like people are thinking too much.
Overthinking it. That's kind of what I thought too.
It's like, just say it's a bad word, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they also say,
maybe I'm crazy.
Experts also say a common tip to keep your kids from swearing is to keep your reaction minimal. I think we talked about this earlier.
Yeah, you don't want to go crazy, I assume.
Yeah, so if you overreact to them saying a certain word, they're going to be intrigued by why you're overreacting so much about that word.
So just say, hey, cut it out. We don't say that in
Hey,
here.
we don't say that word here. Instead of being like, oh my God, where did you learn that? Overreacting.
Yeah, now this is interesting. XOOX says, I'm not a parent, but I think that people should teach their kids that there is a difference between saying a bad word and calling someone a bad word.
I think that's what they were trying to say. I think that's exactly what the psychologists were trying to say.
That's an interesting concept I hadn't thought of, is not only do you want to teach your kids, but what is the difference?
What's the difference?
Okay,
exactly.
That's
I think that's where they were going with that. Ed Maraglia on Facebook, really sad that this is even a question. Lisa Boats, or Elise Boats. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. On Facebook, what a stupid question. Teach children to express their thoughts and feelings in a way that allows you just read that one, didn't you? And allow them to try to understand themselves. Yeah.
But some people, and I'm not trying to I'm just trying to give you guys the other side and say why we're discussing this is because some people feel their kids should be, you shouldn't punish them for any kind of words or expression.
They should be expressive.
Right. I think we can all agree in this room here. I don't think that's true. I still am an old-fashioned person. I believe in good manners, and I believe in that manners class, like Chris said, and I really strongly believe that can get you 10 times farther in life.
100%.
And by not cursing, you can get really farther in life. Now, I used cursing, but I used it very deliberately on stage as a comic, only to ease my audience into me, like as an icebreaker. But I do think it comes across as nasty and ill. It's foul.
I think if I had kids,
but I curse a lot as a comic. So am I being hypocritical?
No, because there's a difference between kids and you. There's a huge difference between that. And I think if we both had kids, I don't think we'd be letting our kids swear. I just don't think I could do that. I just don't think I'd be letting my kids swear. It's
like not cute to me.
No,
like when a baby does it or
like,
a kid does it.
Haha, that's so funny. Like, I think it's funny when a kid does it by accident.
Yeah,
you let it happen once. Oh, haha.
But not when it's like,
if the kid's actually using swearing words, that's not appropriate, I don't think.
Singing Mayor, Kelly, you are absolutely right. When you tell a child not to do something, they can't have something, then they want to do it and have it more.
Exactly.
Major fail. So at least don't get hyped up over it.
Yeah,
maybe.
don't overreact.
But a clear, this is not okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we want to know what you guys think and what you guys thought about this. Brandy says, I don't allow my son to curse, but he has learned some words from school. He asked me if that's a bad word. I will say yes, and he won't say it again. So Brandy's on that method of, I'm not going to overreact.
Yep.
I'm just going to let him know that's something we don't say in this house.
Yep. I think that's
Do you guys think you have to explain why we don't say it?
Or is that taking it too far? That's my question.
Can you just say these are bad words? Is that fair?
I don't think you're giving the kid enough. I just don't.
But guess what? Sometimes
you're right. Sometimes as a parent, you don't have to explain.
My son called his friend stupid, and he got in trouble. He now says stupid is a bad word, and we can't say it.
Good.
Smart.
I like that a lot.
Good on you.
Yep.
Good on you guys. That's smart.
Yep.
Wow.
Keep sending us your comments, DBL Nation. Yeah. I can't imagine having a child and being okay with them cursing. That's my only thing. And what other people would think, and I know I shouldn't care about what other people think, but...
We do.
I do.
Lisa BB, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm sorry. My kids were not allowed to say stupid, hate. That's the other thing. There's different curse words.
Yeah,
or shut up. Now that you're young adults and only one uses the F word and the other two are pretty tame. But yeah, what curse words were not allowed in your house? For instance, hate was big with my grandpa. He said you can strongly dislike, but you can't hate.
That was us too.
And I think that came from the Holocaust.
Yep.
I mean, that man escaped at 3.
100%.
But my other one was sucks.
Sucks.
Did you have that?
It was for a while.
I'm older than you.
I think my mom gave up on that one after a while. One of them was the R word.
The R was out.
The R was my sister growing up older. She's older.
Me too.
My sister would say that word. My mom sent her to go work with Special Olympics, and she never said that word again.
Wow.
But yeah, that was always a word.
My sister would every time we'd say it was like, you cannot say that word.
Yeah,
so I thank her for that.
Yes, thank you. Both Katies. Thanks, Katies. Both of our sisters' name are Katie. Anyway, DBL Nation, we'd love for you to keep sending us your comments. We'll be reading them on the show throughout the day.
Yeah, and also tell specifically maybe what words were curse words in your family, because that's interesting.
It doesn't just have to be the F word or anything like that. Right. It could be something like hate. Anyway, DBL Nation, we've got a great heart threads for you today. Take a look.
Growing up, we always were aware that Sonia had been through something horrific.
In Birkenau, Auschwitz, when one day when we are counted, took our numbers, and they start calling off those numbers, were they supposed to go to the gas chamber.
When we started, we realized that within our lifetime, all of the Holocaust survivors will be gone. Yeah. And how do those stories get told? How do they get passed to the next generation? We don't want the history to be lost, and we also, just want her story to live on, obviously, so that nothing like the Holocaust ever happens again.
And especially, please don't forget, there's still denials. Until I heard finally denials, then it came like a thunder to my brain. Sonia, this is your duty. A duty for the ones who didn't make it, to give the message and tell them what can happen if you are just ignoring.
We didn't know the details of what happened until we started doing research for the film.
When they found us, they came with German shepherds, and those dogs sniffed us out. It was a little heavy, especially when they revealed it in the movie, and I watched it, so it was heavy for me, but this was the truth.
We've learned a lot about each other, we've learned a lot about our family, and it's really been a blessing.
When she approached this movie, I was thinking that's probably going to be just for the family, to leave
a lasting sort of legacy.
Yes, but when I noticed they're coming back and forth more often, so
you couldn't get rid of us.
So I was thinking something is a little different.
We started when Sonia was 85, and she, took us 7 years to finish it. She's 92 now. The backbone is Sonia's story, but the film is about so much more than just Sonia and Sonia's story. And we think there's never been a more important time for this message of love over hate. We're just honored that the film is having the impact that it's having in the world. We couldn't have asked for anything more. Approached by Kansas Representative Congressman Kevin Yoder after he saw the movie, and he reached out to us and wanted to do a screening of the film in Congress. And so we've been organizing this screening, and we thought during Holocaust Remembrance Day and the 73rd anniversary of Sonia's liberation, this is the perfect time to share this message of love over hate.
Such a beautiful, gorgeous universe we have, really. And we're really only visiting for a short time. People should think about it every day. You live with it all your life, and you can never forget.